I'm gonna show you one little piece of like home equipment you can get. You can use it in the gym or you can use it at home, whatever, but they're pretty cheap. Maybe like 10 bucks on Amazon, something like that. So with that in mind, let's get started. So the first thing you wanna do, and we talked about this yesterday, is activation. So activation is being able to squeeze a muscle. So if I wanna activate my bicep, this is my bicep just in regular, like relax mode. If I want to activate, I'm just going to squeeze the muscle, right? So we're pretty good at that. Like we've been flexing our biceps for years. So regular, not activated, and then activated is just contracting the muscle and making it smaller. So you can do that with anything. You can do it on your triceps. You can do it with your biceps, your legs, your glutes, any part of your body, chest, whatever. So for your glutes, let me see if I can stand up here and show you guys. And you guys let me know if you can see this well or not. So for glutes, a common thing that people try to do is instead of activating the glute itself, they do like a push forward this way. And that's not what you want to do. You don't want to focus on the push forward. You want to focus on the squeeze and in, okay? So I'm squeezing together and I'm pushing in. So if you see, my hips really don't move. They're just coming in. All right, so that's the first thing you could do. Now, if you can squeeze one at a time, one, the other one, strippers got this down really good. And if you can get that to where you're squeezing one at a time, that's even more muscle activation. So the best way to do that is when they're already sore. So how do we get them sore? I'm going to show you a quick, easy, at-home way to get them sore, so that way you don't have to be in the gym. Really, you can get in pretty good shape not going to the gym. There's plenty of stuff at home. Now, if you need to add weight, which eventually you may move into that, it doesn't always have to be that you add weight in a gym. You can, if you have kids, you can hold a kid. If you have, gallons of water, gallons of milk, whatever, anything can kind of serve as an added weight. I'm gonna close these blinds real quick so that so the easiest way is to grab yourself a chair, and then you're gonna lean forward onto the chair, or you can do a counter, your couch, really anything. I just have a chair right here, so it's gonna work. So you're gonna lean forward. If you notice, my back is completely flat right here, and you can give yourself just a little bit of arch. So when you do the arch, you're just gonna like pull your shoulders back and your chest up just a little bit. The next thing I'm gonna do is activate my glutes. So I'm gonna try and squeeze it a little bit, and I'm gonna bring my leg up. Then I'm gonna bring it back down and up. So when I'm doing that, I am not trying to pull just, like lifting through my heel. I'm pulling actually from the glute itself. And then I'm gonna come back down, up, and then back down. Now I'm not letting my foot go back on the floor. I'm still keeping it above the floor because I can keep a little bit of tension. So here and here. So if you notice, I'm keeping it contracted the whole time. So you can do about 12 to 15. You can even go up to 20, 30 of those if you're not using any weight. And then you're gonna do the other side. Up, back down, up, back down. So even just that squeezing with no weight at all, you're going to get quite a bit out of that. You're gonna be able to feel it, especially if you don't do those things normally. All right, so the next thing I wanna talk about are bands. So these ones are by Perform Better. You can get that on Amazon. They come in a pack. I don't know where my other ones are. I have a couple black ones. Black are the heaviest. I have a blue and a green and a yellow. They must be in my other bag. Oh no, they're in here. So they come in a pack like this. They're like 10 bucks on Amazon. And I always have a couple black ones. Now, the lightest one, the yellow, you can put them around your ankles. What I like to do is put them, throw it on real quick, above my knees. Now, you may think that these things can't do a lot. These things can do some damage. They really can. You don't know how many times I got people sore as shit. Oh, now I need to close that other. So I have my band, and it's right above my knees. I'm gonna pan down a little bit because I was just walking. It starts to fold a little bit. Let me put this back on. So I'm gonna bring it right up above my knees, right here. I'm gonna use a color one, so that way you can see the difference, because my pants are black. Right here, there you go. And they're tight. So, I'm gonna go just like that. Go down a little bit. And I'm gonna do the same thing. You can hold onto a chair, onto a counter, and you're just gonna pull up and then back down. Up and back down. My foot is not touching the floor. Okay? Then you can go, you know, that's a full range of motion. You can also shorten it and just do pulses like this. That's a good burnout. So there's a million exercises you can do with just the bands. And I'll post some more. I have some up on the YouTube in that video of just some regular exercises you can do. Deadlifts, sumo squats, whatever. Okay, so my favorite exercises for glute activation are the kickback that I just showed you. Those ones are probably my favorite. Now, every person kind of feels things differently. For me, I feel it the most with the kickbacks. Also, sumo deadlifts and squats, and the glute blast, like the machines at the gym. Those ones are really good. If you don't have a machine at home, it's fine. Cable pull-throughs, those are also really good. That one you need a gym. And then glute bridges. So now once we get the glutes sore from doing exercises like that, it's gonna be much easier for you to activate them. Using a hand, using a touch, squeezing where it's sore, and just work on being able to squeeze each muscle individually and together. If you need something heavier than those bands that I just showed you, I recommend these. So these are by, there's this female named Amanda Latona. She's a bodybuilding person. She's recently moved into yoga too. And she was like the first, what was she? The first Bikini Olympia, I think. Anyway, she's been around for a long time. They call her the Booty Queen, and she has her own line of bands. These things are serious. Like this pink one right here, look at this. Like, they are hard. So if you need something more than the little small bands that you can get on Amazon, go for those. I think the heaviest one she has is the black, and this thing is like, I can barely even pull it apart. It's hard as shit. So that's my few tips on the glutes. Again, things like a regular squat, like adding, you know, a barbell squat, that's not gonna activate your glutes as much, even though when you stand up, you still squeeze and, you know, contract the glutes. It's not the best. You have to play around with what works for you. You have to see like what you feel the most, and then just keep going with that.